everybody, and welcome to Mondoid on a Monday. Holy crap, someone call Satan. I think hell has frozen over. That's right, I'm actually getting this up on time on the correct day. And this Mondoid is one that is relatively short, but necessarily so, I'd like to think. This one is titled The Blood, the Sweat, and the Testing. And really what they're talking about here is that the closed testing is running pretty much on all cylinders at this point. They've already had 5 versions, as you can tell right here. Lots of hot fixes and a bunch of other stuff just kind of cranked out and fixed in the closed testing, and they are working their butts off to get this thing out at a decent, reasonable time. Now, when they talk about when they want to get this out, as always, by the way, I highly suggest you go read the blog for all the full details, as I will not be reading this word for word. But what they talk about is as far as getting the Mondoid out, or not Mondoid, Zomboid out, the RC3 public test out. You're looking at a matter of weeks, and the weeks are kind of in quotation marks, because as they've learned in the past, they don't necessarily want to give you a very specific time of, this is when the game's gonna be out, expect it. And then if something happens between now and then, and they can't get it out at that particular time, you know, they don't want people going, well, you said this, that, and the other. Obviously, they want to kind of avoid problems they've faced in the past. So, what do they talk about? What have they definitely fixed? What are they bringing to the table this week as far as any videos, if any, and any announcements, if any? Well, let's get into that. So one of the big bugs they fixed that was kind of taken care of, that was kind of a big problem before, was a looping music bug. And that has been squashed, apparently. It says it has been taken care of, and now you can hear the music loop over and over. Well, not loop over and over. That's obviously what they fixed. I didn't mean loop. But you can hear all of Zach Beaver's music front to back without any looping, stuttering, stopping, or forcing the music to stop for that matter. So that's awesome. MASH is still building up a huge map. Oops, I just bopped my mic. So I'm literally so excited. I'm talking with my hands as if you guys are right in front of me. And in many respects you are. But back to the action. So, MASH is still building up a map and making it as big as she can up until the very last moment, which is awesome, because the map that we have now, I know so well that I would love to just new stuff to explore, so I'm super excited about that. Let's scroll down just a little bit. Why did that do that? Back we go. Alright, there we go. And other people are working on stuff, fiddling around, from easy pickings, a lot of mod stuff, community stuff they're talking about. One of the things, this mock-up, the thing that I clicked on accidentally, is a new character info page that will list characters' professions and traits. It's important to see, since many of what were skills in 0.2.0 now have been moved to being dynamic traits that are gained and lost through the player's actions through the game. For example, becoming overweight through eating too much and not having enough exercise. By the way, I love this. Now, I don't know if you have ever played Crusader Kings, and if you haven't, I'm playing a playthrough on my channel right now. I suggest you check it out. I update it about once a week because it's one of those games that just takes time. But this sounds, and I know Lemmy, or Chris, his real name's Chris, likes Crusader Kings and has followed it for a long time and is one of the games that he thoroughly enjoys, and it seems very influenced by Crusader Kings. And I only say that because good old Lemmy got me hooked on it by tweeting it to me in this article that I read, and I was like, oh, this game looks great, and I actually ended up picking it up, and I adore it. So basically what they're saying is that a lot of the traits that you would pick as, you know, part of your character's build are going to be taken away and given to you as you play your character. So a great example, like you said, if I'm sitting down eating a lot of food, eating chips, and not really exercising or anything, and I'm just kind of like mowing down food as fast as I can, I'm going to get the overweight trait in time. It just naturally occurs. And what is overweight going to do? Well, that's up in the air. It could do many things. It could slow me down. I'm assuming I will become exhausted much quicker. I'll be slower. I might not be able to carry as much. I don't know. Well, actually, I might be able to carry more. I'm not quite sure. Other things I would assume would be becoming a drunkard or being aggressive. I can only imagine the character I'm playing in my playthrough now, what kind of traits he would have from literally murdering dozens and dozens of survivors. I was going to say hundreds, but I think hundreds is a little high. But dozens and dozens of survivors, axe to the face, murderer, sociopath, I'm sure would be the ones I'd get if they actually existed. So that's awesome. I really like that. Again, it allows for that natural feel of evolutionary gameplay that this game kind of goes for. The idea that your character is formed through the actions he performs throughout the game, and creating this character that you can kind of relate to on a more personal level, because you're going to learn and earn all of his flaws and his perks as you play, and I think that's pretty awesome. So that's really cool. I'm really happy about that. The other thing they're bringing in is a new blood system. Now, the blood system before that, the new one they wanted to bring in originally actually used up a lot of memory, and that kind of made the game run slow and just wasn't great. So they have a new one. Now, there's a video here. I'm going to have you guys go check it out yourself. Just projectzomboid.com. Click on the blog. It's right there. It's a short video, but it shows the new blood system they have in action, and I got to say, it looks great. They figured out a new way to do it, so we're bringing back the gore that we've ever so missed in the old 1.5D demo version that it really kind of set this game apart from a lot of other games that we kind of lost in 2.0, 2.5. So to see it back in kind of full force in this new exciting way, I'm really excited for, and I'm really happy to see the blood kind of making a grand return. So go check it out. You can see the blood for yourself. I like how it stacks. The way the blood builds up is kind of awesome. On a positive note, they did do a charity for the 3 days. Of all sales of Project Zomboid for 3 days went directly to an Indiegogo for Chloe, who was suffering from metal poisoning right now, and she needs the money for surgery. I know I donated my own way directly to her, but other than that, there was the Zomboid was like, and everything you purchase for 3 days, every single Zomboid that you purchase for 3 days is going to go, the proceeds go directly to her. They don't get anything. So that's over, and they raised over $4,000. Think about that. And each game is only $8. Think about how many they sold. That's pretty awesome. So I'm really excited for them to have done that. That's really badass, and I'm super excited. And other than that, that's really the Mondoid blog. It's nice and short, it's sweet, and that's fine, because to me that means they are hard at work on just getting the test build in a solid playable state. And really that's all we want, right? We want to see this public version out in our hands. We want to play it, and we want to survive the zombie apocalypse like these guys have been dreaming for us to do for such a very long time. So thank you guys so much for watching, or listening, if that's what you're doing, as there's not much to watch. It's more of a listening thing. And I hope you guys are excited for this closed test to eventually hit us, and I do hope that you guys swing by next week for next Mondoid. If not, I hope you swing by for other stuff, as I am releasing videos every single day. And until then, I will see you next time. Adios.